And we're live. Hello, everybody out there. This is Oleg Moskalansky, and I'm here with my friend Barbara Christensen. Hello, Barbara.
Hello, Oleg. Excited about this webinar.
Yes, very, very excellent to see you, as always. And Barbara, for some of you that may not know Barbara, she's, like I said, she's a friend, and also she is what I would call a walking encyclopedia on everything wellness. It's whenever I have any questions, I'm a computer guy, I do IT stuff. I don't know much about wellness or about essential oils or about, uh, Fijian soil or anything like that. But Barbara is an expert at that, and she was the one who initially introduced me to this company called Wakaya. And if you've seen my previous HOA on their Bula bottles for hydration, then you know a little bit about the company. But today I wanted to talk more about the business aspect of it because the company is something that's positioned to do both. On one hand, um, it's a wellness company. In other words, they make products specifically to get people better, to help them with their some physical ills they should say, and other problems they may have. On the other hand, they also have a business concept to go with it, where people can not only get themselves better health-wise, but at the same time help other people do the same while not only paying for their own products, but actually winding up making money in addition to, um, getting themselves better. So first, let's talk a little bit about the company. So I'm going to start up this presentation that Barbara put together, and don't worry, we'll get Barbara in here shortly too. Okay, so Wakaya initially was started by a gentleman named David Gilmore, and he, without going through a long story, he's basically a very successful businessman who is a multi-billionaire, and he bought this island called Wakaya. It's one of the Fiji islands that happened to be, I think it's like 2,200, yeah, 2,200 square acres in size. So it's fairly decent sized island, but it hasn't been touched by humans for I think it's like 140 years. So it was a completely pristine environment. In fact, the entire island was um, declared organic officially. So anything on that island and everything on that island is organic. And he started doing, he built a resort there. He did some other things in there. But one of the key things, and maybe this is where I'll have Barbara explain it better because she knows it more than I do, is about the specifically why this particular island is such a big deal when it comes to wellness. Barbara?
Well, the thing you have to remember is that there are toxins everywhere, correct? And
Right.
so if you could take this land, this area of soil, and you could eliminate all of the air pollution, all of the pesticides, and actually grow products the way that they're meant to be grown, because not everything's meant to be grown in just flat, sort of wet land. And you're going to see almost immediately a change in what you're going to get from the nutrients. We see that just with our organic farming, that the organic produce has so many more nutrients than just regular produce that's being grown commercially. So imagine now having this purity of this island, and where they've even got this marine reserve to protect the oceans. And imagine what you're going to get when you grow something there. That's why there's such a high purity in everything that we've seen come out of Wakaya.
Right. And some of the products we're going to talk about, you will see that the potency of some of their products are like 5, 6 times what normally you would get, at the best store you can get normally. If you might be going to some store to buy a similar product, it's not going to have anywhere near the same potency because of the kind of volcanic soil that's built up on that island for all these years. And some of the products that they make are simply unavailable anywhere else on Earth. They just don't have it anywhere else. And so
Exactly.
that's what makes it so unique and so special, is the soil. We'll talk about, like I said, the products a little bit later, but that's why they're able to create these kind of superior, if you will, products on that particular island. So moving on here, uh, everybody has choices and everybody has problems. And as we get into the new year here, almost around the corner, uh, as Barbara points out in the slide here, that everybody makes New Year resolutions and everybody wants to get slimmer and wants to get healthier and wants to live well, and they actually follow up on that for a little bit, but then things fall back to the norm, and it's hard to keep all those resolutions. And part of it is because they don't have the right. I mean, exercises and things like that are definitely important, but at the same time, eating well is extremely important for wellness. And so they have products that, like it says right here, from people who have problems with ADHD to chronic diseases. They have products that help with a bunch of these kind of ailments. And everybody's looking for solutions. I mean, we're always constantly, listening to our friends and family, what they use, what they have, going to store, asking questions, because when we have problems, we need some sort of solutions. And you need to talk. You need to, unfortunately, we cannot find people like Barbara in every corner. I was lucky enough to be able to interact with her and find her, but there's plenty of people who just ask somebody and they get some kind of answer. And of course, when you're going to a store, it's very likely you're going to get a very biased opinion, because they're in that store for the purpose of selling their products. They're not necessarily have your best interest in mind. They have, they're running a business. They're trying to sell products.
Exactly. And can I add something in?
Sure,
really quick?
absolutely.
Is that,
absolutely.
when we go to the doctors, we're looking for a cure. And when we go to nature, we're looking for prevention. We're looking for supporting our bodies. Our bodies are these, computers, and our bodies are more or less these amazing computers. And so, taking a nutritional product isn't a cure, but it's supporting the natural way that your body is meant to be functioning.
Exactly. And so, some of these products that are made of this island are definitely meant to help people, and they have helped people for a long time. And one of the people who is a big fan, you're looking at this Wakai Island picture of it, one of the big fans of the products from this company, from this island, is Oprah, of all people. And she has had it in her list of favorite things in her magazine for, I think, like 2 times, and I think they said she might be showing them again the 3rd time in her magazine, because she's a big fan. She's gone to the island a number of times, and she uses these products and she endorses these products because of how good they are. So if you happen to be one of the people who trusts Oprah, as so many other people do, then you can see that it's not just some kind of product and nobody knows anything about it and nobody uses it. This is definitely something that's in fairly heavy use by fairly substantial people. There's a lot of other people that use it too, but pretty much everybody knows who Oprah is. And so it's definitely a major tell in terms of the quality of both the company and the products it makes by having an endorsement from somebody like her. And so over here, Barbara wrote, the doctor, actually Thomas Edison wrote it. Barbara just quoted him. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet and the cause of, and prevention of disease. So clearly the guy made the right call way back in the beginning of last century. And it's truly what we see today, because a lot of things, even if we go to see a doctor to get some kind of help with pain we have or an illness we have, a lot of the medications they give us are, well, just look at TV ads. I mean, if you look at TV ads, you can see just how many side effects these medications have, and how you listen to side effects and you're almost afraid to even think about considering taking these kind of medications. So there's definitely a lot to be said about both natural and organic products that can help you with your problems without having any kind of side effects like we see all the time in TV ads and things that doctors prescribe. And so Barbara is here talking about holism. the focus on reducing the symptoms and enjoy life more. Barbara, do you want to talk a little bit more about that, to explain a little bit more what this means?
Yeah, so what is interesting, I just was looking at a press release that I did in 2004, where I was talking about how holistic practices need to encompass everything that we're doing in business and life. So if your knees feel well and your shoulder feels well, you're going to go out biking with your family, you're going to be happier. It all kind of combines together. And so then you're happier, and people are going to ask, wow, you're doing, I saw you out biking and you haven't been out biking for the last 7-8 months. Great to see you out. That's why this sort of makes sense, is that you're taking something that holistically combines that mind, body, soul connection in our life, and you can do something more with it, which is fantastic.
Right, and all of it, of course, is all about improving your quality of life. I mean, it's not about the medications or about the illnesses or about anything else. The reason we want to be well is we want to live a happier life. And of course, if the health is not there, it's very difficult to have a happy lifestyle if your health is not functioning as good as it can possibly function. If you're healthy, then you'll be happy for the most part. It's not the only part that makes you happy, but certainly a huge part. Even if everything else in your life goes well and you're not healthy, you're not going to be happy. That's for sure. So let's talk a little bit again about some of the things that this company makes. So here's an example of just a single product, and it happens to be turmeric, which is a, I guess turmeric. What would you call turmeric, Barbara?
It's a turmeric. It's a root, just like ginger root. People will often see it in the grocery store in the little bin, and they have no idea what it is. It just kind of looks like ginger, but it's orange. They don't know how powerful and what an amazing support tool it is to wellness, and they overlook it. But it also, it is that yellow that is very bright and vibrant, and a lot of people are scared off by that. But at the same time, it's basically, I guess it's like a lot of people use it as a spice. I mean, yes.
Actually,
So they've done studies over in India trying to figure out why in India there's such a low level of cancer. Well, one of these spices they cook with almost every single day is turmeric.
Right. And so right here, as you can see on this little slide there, it says may reduce cancer cells, and like Barbara just said, it was proven in India that definitely is the reason why they don't have as many cancer cases as they do in other parts of the world. It's also helpful in losing weight. It can potentially reduce wrinkles. When I say potentially, there's a lot of this. Partially is because the FDA doesn't want companies like Wakaya to indicate that, their particular brand of product will actually resolve the problem, like they allow drug companies to do. And so that's why the language is such where it says may reduce. And, I always kind of frowned upon this before, thinking, well, if it says may reduce, it means that, they're not committing to reducing, so it's not going to happen. But the reality is that different people react differently to different supplements, different medications. And that's why when they say may, it's partially because of legal reasons, but partially because it works different for different people. But it certainly does the job if you keep using it, and you will see the results yourself. I mean, I had a situation where one of the things that this particular root does is reduce inflammation quite a bit. And so, I had some pains, and then I literally took turmeric for like a couple of days, and without taking any kind of drugs or anything else that could possibly make it better, and the pain went away. And so you can argue, okay, maybe it just went away because you just got better. Maybe, but most likely it was because of turmeric, because in the past this wasn't the case. And so I know it definitely helps to reduce inflammation, and it's one of the big things about turmeric right there. So you can have kind of better skin. It increases and improves your metabolic your metabolic system, which means that's one of the reasons you would lose weight, is because your metabolism is functioning better. And of course, it also acts as a purifier for blood, and also it detoxifies liver. So there's all these benefits with this single little root that you can easily take, and it's one of the products that the company makes. But this is just one product. I mean, they make a lot of other products too. Just wanted to show you. We're not going to go into the whole thing. I just wanted to show you a little bit about a wealth of different things they have. Like, of course, they're located right there on Fiji Islands and right there in the ocean. So one of the things they do is they harvest really pure salt water, and they get salt out of it, and they make this pure kosher sea salt, which they sell, which is an excellent for cooking, using however you want to use salt. They have
the
ginger.
clay.
Go ahead, Barbara. Why don't you talk about this?
The thing with the salt from there, they get the calcium bentonite clay. So bentonite clay has been in the news a lot because it's so detoxicative, and it's used a lot in like baths, and a lot of websites and a lot of bloggers promote using it internally. But most of them are not calcium bentonite clay. And calcium bentonite clay is the only form of bentonite clay that the FDA approves for internal use. So I think that's also important to say that not only is it the best quality clay that we're getting, but it's the only one the FDA will say you can take internally. And that says a lot about the company.
Right, and of course we talked last time about the Bula bottles where you can do hydration with special caps you can put in there for detoxification. They have probiotics caps. They have different little tablets you can put in, or just drink it as regular clean water. And as I mentioned in my last HOA, these particular Bula bottles happen to be also something that is the absolute least expensive way to drink clean water out there. Because if you buy any other bottles, not only are you polluting the planet with plastic, but also they're much, much more expensive than if you buy these Bula bottles from Wakaya. And you can see they have some products. First of all, one of the things that impressed me when I initially looked at this was how beautiful their products actually look. So in addition to them being really potent in terms of what they do, it's really beautiful to buy and give as gifts, something that looks this nice. I mean, look at these things. I'm using their shampoo. That's one on the left there, on the top left in the photo. There is their shampoo with is it Dilo cream or Dilo? Dilo, right?
Dilo cream. And aren't you surprised at what a small amount you have to use?
Yeah, no, it's small amount, but it really does. You can definitely feel how clean the hair looks. Number one, and how it just feels nice, soft. Nothing special. You don't have any kind of residue left. It doesn't take long to wash stuff out or anything like that. But it's just a really, really nice shampoo, and it has these nice benefits of this Dilo thing that they make it from. And they also have these creams for face, so you can use women can use it. I used it for some of the bagginess under my eyes and stuff. It seemed to do a really nice job. Just after using it for 3-4 times, I could definitely tell the difference in terms of how the skin feels too. Then you have, you can see that they make some things in pills form, something in the powder form. Those bottles on the bottom are powder form. You use as much as you want. And then you have the bottles kind of to the top left. Those are pills, and that's what Barbara, I think, takes, because it's easier for her to just take pills. Take these capsules. But it's the same potency, the same really high quality, ingredients that go into all of this. If you want to have turmeric and ginger tea, they have that. They have right there. You have kava. I mean, this is just a few, literally few products. But everything about this company is all about wellness. This is basically it. Is they don't make products to polish shoes. They don't make products to improve car functionality or anything like that. It's strictly stuff for the wellness of your body. And I think that's an important thing to get behind if you're going to be using it for yourself and you want to help other people to get better and feel better. it's nice to be able to deal with a company that strictly concentrates on these kind of things. So with the products, like I said, we'll talk. We already kind of talked about some of the products. You can see the rest later, but this particular lecture was supposed to be about the business opportunity. And so one of the things I heard is this David Gilmour, when he tried initially, when he was thinking about how to release this to the public, so to speak, he was concerned about just sticking it in the stores. Because obviously when you get endorsements from people like Oprah, it shouldn't be any difficulty, especially for him being a multi-billionaire, because of his success with business and because of his connections and because of his prior experience, and then having endorsements from people like Oprah. He can obviously get his products into any store anywhere in the world if he really chose to or wanted to. But what he was saying was that if he puts his product right next, beautiful looking, everything else, but right next to some other product, similar product, meaning like another ginger or another turmeric, nobody really knows that this particular turmeric happens to be 5 to 6 times more potent than the bottle next to it. They just don't know. And how would you relay this in a regular grocery store? You really can't. You're not going to have people standing there explaining why these products are better, why you should consider taking these products and things like that. So that's where he came up with this concept of releasing the products using this business opportunity approach, whereby you can actually run it as a multi-level marketing business. Don't get scared. It's not Amway. This is totally upfront, totally easily done in terms of how they get it set up. Nobody's going to invite you to any meetings without telling you anything about it. None of that stuff. If you don't want to participate in the business opportunity, you don't have to do anything. You can just go to the website, buy the products, get healthy, and be done with it. It's absolutely something that you don't have to be doing. But if you decide that you do want to share after you use some of the products and you can see how well they work, and you want to share it with your family members, with people with your friends, and you want them to get just as healthy as you're getting, then there's no reason why you couldn't make a few dollars doing that. And that's exactly what this business opportunity is with this company. And I'll let Barbara talk about this particular chart a little bit more here.
Well, and so what's really great about it is, like you were talking about, how you can, walk into any store and you're going to find just a variety of products and at a variety of different, manufacturers. And so he didn't want to have his pure, all these live enzymes sitting around in some store. I go to my first stop every week on my groceries is I actually go to a salvage store, and they get a lot of the oversell of the organic products that I like, and I can get them at a better price. Well, he didn't know where his, products were going to end up. So I find the products and I enjoy them. And I start talking about them. Somebody says, oh, I've been having this or having that. And I say, oh, I use this. You should try it. And that's what happened with you, with Oleg.
Totally.
So I talked to you about it, and you tried it. And you really enjoyed it. And then you talked to your friend about it, and he enjoyed it. And so he gave it a try. He thought, oh, this is a great thing. I'll try it too. Same with me. And that's what's great about this is there's no binary tree. You're not going to end up on someone's, with a lot of network marketing, they have a right leg and a left leg, and you have your weak leg and your strong leg. And if you get stuck on the inner side of a weak leg, you're never going to have volume. You're never going to build any sort of residual income. And this is unilevel, which means that it just, everyone is kind of coming in at the same sort of place with the same opportunity, and you're going to go all the way to infinity on how many levels you can earn from based on what you put into the business and what you do to help your team grow. And what's really great is that we have so many opportunities for training within this organization. So there's always something that people can be learning about. There's always somewhere you can be sending information to someone. And there's just, some people are only going to want to buy retail. Some people are going to want to do the preferred membership, where they're going to do the ginger every month or the skincare every month, and they want that discount, just like they would walking into a Costco. They want that little extra oomph. But the difference is that as a preferred member, you don't have to pay an annual fee, to get that discount, which is great. Or you want to be an ambassador because you just have fallen in love with these products.
Okay, so let's pull on, Barbara. I'm going to interrupt you here. Let's back up a little bit so they know what we're talking about. So if you decide to try this out for both, just to buy something, you can just go to URL. It's here in you'll find it at the end. There will show the URLs. You can go to them and you can buy whatever you want to buy. You don't have to do anything at all. You just buy the products, use the products, just like going to Costco or anywhere else.
Exactly.
However, they also have these additional levels where if you do decide to participate and share the concept with other people, or share the products with other people, however you want to do it, then they will actually pay you a commission on that for any purchases anybody makes from you if you decide to participate. In other words, there are 3 different kinds of ways to participate in this particular company. The simplest basic level is retail, meaning you just want to buy retail price for whatever the products are, you use them, you give them away, whatever you want to do with them, you're done. I mean, there's not going to be any commissions, nothing, you're just going and buying like any store. So that's the retail possibility, okay? The other possibility is called preferred membership, that Barbara just mentioned on the right side there, and that's the one where you're doing what they call auto ship, meaning you're buying products every so often, they automatically get shipped to you. Let's say you're using turmeric and you really like what it does for you, and then you want to make sure that you're using turmeric, you're using ginger, so you're buying those, whatever quantity of turmeric and ginger you buy, if you want to do it once a month, if you want to do it once in 2 months, once in 3 months, whatever your schedule is, but you're setting it up with your own schedule and you're saying, I want it shipped every so often. When that happens, then you're saving money on shipping, and you're also saving money in terms of the price. You're actually getting a better price without talking to anybody. You're just simply getting better price because you set up with this automated purchase approach, which, by the way, you can cancel anytime. It's not like you're committing to anything long-term or anything like that. It's just if you use the auto ship approach or preferred membership, then you can get products cheaper and you can save on shipping also. And so it's a better way to go if you're going to be continuously buying stuff, however often you want it to happen. But then the next step is the ambassador level. And the ambassador is when you're actually saying, you know what, I really love these products. I really do love talking to people about them and sharing it. So why not make some money on it? Why not turn it into a potential business? And the business can be small, where you're making just enough money to pay for your own products so they don't cost you anything. So you don't have to do too much work. Or if you happen to be a person that's talking to people and meets people and you'd love to share this particular concept based on your own experiences, then potentially it'll turn into a lot more than just paying back for the products you're buying. Then you're actually going to be making money quite a bit more depending on how much work you decide to do. So the bottom line is totally up to you in terms of what level of participation you want to have. And then you determine if you want to just simply buy retail, buy preferred at lower prices, or if you want to share with other people so they wind up signing up under you. Because when you become an ambassador, they wind up giving you your own website. And then when you go to that website, then it's got all the information, it's got marketing materials, it's got videos, it's got all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you're, even though this is a new company, if you're at all familiar with multi-level marketing, where there's all kinds of phone calls and people do all kinds of, training and rah and meetings and trips on cruises, things that this company does the same stuff. They have all of this if you want it. All of this is available. These guys are definitely not rookies, and they prepared some beautiful marketing materials. So you already pretty much have everything to go business-wise if you decide to do it as an ambassador. So that's what this ambassador thing is about, and then you make money. So here's an example right there, as you can see from this picture there. They have business cards, they have banners, they have the whole what they call Wakaya Marketing Mall, and they constantly add products to it, and they have, like I said, they have videos. And so the bottom line is they have a tremendous amount of marketing materials for you, so you don't have to rack your brain or anything. You simply pick a name. Like in my case, it happens to be I just use the word use, so it's use.mywakaya.com. And then if you go to that URL, you wind up getting to you're buying things under me, so to speak. In other words, you're signing up under me. If you go to barbarachristiansen.mywakaya.com, then you're buying it under Barbara and under her banner. It doesn't really mean anything to you whether you buy it from me or from Barbara. You're still going to be getting the same pricing. If you're an ambassador, you'll be getting better pricing. But if anybody is signing up in a similar way under you because they want to talk to their friends too, then this is where you start making money from them buying their own stuff and at the same time, pitching it to other people and potentially, getting them better as well. So it's a pretty simple deal. The actual setup, to be honest with you, with the whole, Barbara just mentioned a few buzzwords about how this thing is set up in terms of different levels, everything else. It's, even though I'm an IT guy, way too complicated for my taste. So I just let them handle it. And that's the nice thing about it is you don't have to be an expert about their compensation plan. They take care of all of it for you. All you do is simply have this website, you share the URL with people, and they order from it, and you make money from it. I mean, it's as simple as that. Barbara, you want to add a few words on this?
Yeah, I was going to say, and unlike a lot of businesses that have been out there, because I actually have been a part of other businesses in the past, is that they have not overpriced these products. The turmeric that I used to take cost me 3 times as much as the turmeric through Wakaya. So if I can get something that's affordable and comparatively priced and 5 times as potent, why wouldn't I want to buy it for myself?
Absolutely. And the same thing we talked about last time about the Bula bottles, same kind of deal. You drink all the time. You should drink all the time. I mean, it's definitely part of, hydration is super important to health. And when you drink all the time and you have this bottle and you look, well, how much does it cost? Well, the cost of a bottle is right around $5 for the 3 months period. So you're spending $5 during the course of 3 months. Okay. If you look at it in terms of buying other kinds of water, where it costs you anywhere from 25 cents per bottle, not for 3 months, but just a single bottle, all the way up to, if you get like a filter bottle, costs you like $12 per month, or I think it was something like $15. So you're basically spending a third of what you would normally spend, and you're getting a better, you're getting a better product, and it's completely and totally biodegradable. So you're not polluting the earth at all. So a lot of this, like I said, these guys really tried to go for the wellness concept, but really introduce products that really, really shine, and at the same time are not overpriced. So here's an example. I'm going to quickly jump through this thing, through this little catalog thing for you. See if we can show it. Get rid of my son here. Okay, here we go. So this is an example I just want to show you so you can see how nice their products are. This is their catalog. They have a small little catalog. It looks real nice. See, it says products from the place you'd rather be. Yeah, the place is really spectacular. I've never been there, but if you look at the pictures, just makes you want to go over there. And so right there, you can see they talk a little bit in the catalog about the, Bula is the name of the bottle, but basically it's how you say hello. In Fiji, apparently, similarly to how you say aloha in Hawaii. That's where the name Bula came from. And they talk a little bit about the island, about the founders. This is this David Gilmour gentleman that started the whole thing. And they talk about, the special soil, and this is what these roots look like. Everything is done by hand. They don't bring any machinery in there. They don't bring anything that would help out with the process. It's strictly done by humans. In fact, the hydration, speaking of hydration, the way they put water on these for everything to grow is they don't even bring any kind of additional irrigation. It's all based on the rain seasons that they have over there. So it gets everything it needs water-wise from the rains. So like I said, about as pure as you can get. They don't use any kind of external water or anything like that. It's strictly natural rain that they use for watering over there. And another thing they were talking about, which I found fascinating, is that the roots, you can get root rot because you have too much water. Because normally when there's a lot of rain, and they do have substantial rain in parts of the year in this area, in that area on Wakaya, whenever you have some kind of a plant with roots growing down, if there is a lot of moisture, the root gets soaked and the water just stays there and it winds up rotting the root, which of course winds up doing damage to the actual, not only the root, but also the end product. And what they do is they actually plant these things at the 45-degree angle on the mountain. So when the water comes, it always just flows down. So it winds up, water gets into these roots and it never sticks because it's a 45-degree angle. So, they do all kinds of things like this, which is just fascinating when you listen and read about it, the level of care these people go through to make sure they get these pure products out there, and how they get the salt and, all kinds of different things. So here's an example of some of the, cooking products they have. See, it says culinary and food, and it shows the prices. And of course, these are retail prices, not the, they also have the auto ship prices next to them, I guess. Yeah. But,
the ginger gem are delightful.
Yeah. Go ahead, Barbara. If you want to talk about any of this, go ahead.
I was just saying, they have the ginger gem, so they have some like products that you wouldn't expect. So they have the Wakaya Pop, which is the popcorn, and my husband really enjoys that. And the little ginger cookies, they are so wonderful and so much flavor. And I find that I only need one or two, whereas if I bought cookies, just any kind of ginger cookies from the store, I would normally eat the entire thing if I could, because you're never satisfied.
Yep. And then you got
great
Daily Detox. I think you use that too, right?
Yeah, I use the Chile. I've got it in my fridge, and it's a very small amount. And so exactly, my daughter recently had some medication that she was on, and I wanted to clear out any of the, they put funny fillers and stuff in that from her system. So after she took the medication, then I used the Chile every night so that it would just, during that natural detoxification time for our bodies, that it would just go ahead and clear out her system. And another thing she really likes, so the ginger and turmeric I get in the capsules. I also get the powder with the seasoning because I love to cook with it. But my daughter loves it when I take one of the ginger capsules and one of the turmeric capsules and dump them into a cup with some warm water and add a little bit of coconut milk. And she just craves it. She just loves it.
Yeah, so you end up having something for the kid that's tasty, at the same time incredibly, incredibly healthy in terms of the drink. And so if you look at that particular page, when I'm looking right here, it says that their pink Fijian ginger boasts 3% higher in gingerol content, which of course, is the geek speak for healthy people. But if you read below, it says it may help relieve nausea and morning sickness. For pregnant women, you got it reduces muscle pain and soreness. I mean, this is just ginger. It's got a powerful anti-inflammatory compound, supports heart health and blood sugar levels. For people who have some issues, potentially may be helpful with diabetes and things like that. Helps with chronic indigestion. Helps women with menstrual pain. Promotes detox of the body. Aids brain function. So all of it is just with ginger alone. Then you look at the turmeric side. It says it's also potent anti-inflammatory. So taking them together is definitely an excellent synergy in terms of anti-inflammation. And also, it's a powerful antioxidant. Supports improved brain function, heart health, relieves joint pain. Improves mood, and that's a good one. Maybe I should get that for some of my relatives. And supports healthy digestion and also healthy blood sugar levels. So both of these roots, the ginger and turmeric, are excellent things to take on a daily basis. And then this calcium bentonite that clay that Barbara mentioned earlier, it says it's known to neutralize imbalanced acidic conditions, removes toxins, promotes optimal cellular oxygen levels, healthy digestion, and help cleanse the body and improve the immune system. So, all of these things are really, really obviously potent and healthy, and excellent products to consider and to take. And so they, talk a little bit more about these different packs they sell, and you can see some stuff for spa and personal care. You got the shampoo, you have the masks, Dilo cream, There's the Bula, one of my favorites is the Bula bottles. As you can see, they're gorgeous looking bottles, and they
Yeah.
have built-in filters.
So one of my dear friends back east is pregnant, and over the weekend her ankles and her one foot had swelled up, and so she contacted me and said, you know, can I take she has the detox caps with the Bula bottle, and she said, can I take that?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, sure. There's nothing whatsoever in there that's dangerous for you during pregnancy. You just don't want to release too many toxins in your body, at one time. So don't go overboard and do just like one cap, instead of many caps. And she was able to, the swelling went down. She was able to put on her high heels and go out to the Christmas party that they were going to. So I love how they've got all of these wonderful wellness products that most of them anyone can use.
And if you didn't listen to the last HOA I did on just Bula bottles alone, I'll just briefly mention here, as you can see the whole contraption, the way it works on the right side here, where you see the top of the cap itself, and then below is where you put these little tablets, what they call caps. So you can see these boxes, they have probiotics, slim caps, night caps, different purposes. And you slip one of these tablets inside here, and then below is this silver activated carbon filter that removes about 99% of all the toxins. And so everything kind of screws together where you see it, just like you see on the left here. It's got a little cap you open up and you can drink. It's very easy to use them, very convenient the way the shape is. They don't weigh anything, they look great. And very easy, just put tap water in there and you got the filter built in. If you want to drop a cap, you can. One of these tablets, if you don't have to. But really, really nice and easy and simple how they got it set up in terms of how it works. And like I said, it's the cheapest clean water bottle you're ever going to buy. In addition, not to mention that none of these other bottles have these kind of capabilities. So it's really, really slick. As you can see right here, the price is $3.30 per bottle. It's pretty cheap. And the filter lasts for a month, but the bottle lasts for 3 months, and it's completely biodegradable. And they have these different, they have the slim down program where they tell you different things you can do, how much to take, when to take them. So all part of this catalog. And they have a special program for, they show a little bit later, I guess. Right now, Barbara, you want to say a few words about essential oils because you're the pro on that one?
Yeah, so I love essential oils so much so that I became a certified aromatherapist. And I love the synergy that essential oils have with our bodies. So if you think about the properties of the plant that they are distilling into essential oils, these are the things that a lot of them are the components that a plant uses to protect itself, which is why it works so well with us. And it just knows how to go into the body. It cellularly just links up with the proper receptors rather than being like a medication is created to link up with one receptor. An essential oil can go anywhere in the body that it needs to, and it is worked through your body at a maximum of 90 minutes, and then it's gone. But the effects last longer. One of my favorite oils that they have is in a roller bottle, and it's for pain relief. And I had an automobile accident when I was 19 years old. And so my neck, I have a disc that was pushed out funny. And so sometimes I struggle with it. And I know that if I put this oil on my neck in the morning, if I'm feeling a little bit of that neck fatigue, that I'm not going to feel anything from the neck in pain, at least through the next 12 hours. And there's so many great oils they have. Grapefruit oil is fantastic just for aromatherapy if you're dealing with a lot of cravings. They've actually done clinical research on that. Tea tree, the amount of clinical research done on tea tree over in Australia over the last 20 years is amazing. I felt like I was starting to get a little bit of a sinusy ear thing, and I put a little of the tea tree behind my ears and along the sides of my nose. I took my eucalyptus and I put my eucalyptus in my diffuser overnight, and the next morning I felt fantastic. Now, of course, they've blended some of these blends together for us so that we don't have to try to figure out, well, which ones do I put together best for my support my immune system? Which one is going to be best to put in the diffuser to help relax and go to sleep at night? So that's wonderful. And they also have the coconut carrier oil, which is a fractionated oil, and the grapeseed carrier oil. And those are great for applying topically, especially if you have more sensitive skin. If you add a drop, and remember, a drop is very powerful. You don't need to do 10 drops. If you are doing a diffuser, I usually do 3 or 4 drops max. So you add a drop to like a half a teaspoon of oil, and that's all it takes. And my daughter, she has known since she was 5 years old that if she needs something, she can come to me, and she knows that the essential oils will help her.
Yeah, and Barbara, just we didn't cover it in the beginning, but I want to mention right now. Barbara is actually, and Barbara, you'll have to add if I'm saying something or misstating something. Barbara is actually a life coach, and she is, like she said, she's certified aromatherapist. And
yeah, I'm also certified in personal training, and I have a diploma in nutrition. So pretty much,
like I said, the woman is encyclopedia of wellness. So if you have any questions at all, Barbara has a bunch of clients that she deals with all the time, and I'm sure she probably has time for additional clients if anybody wants to become one. So definitely contact her. You can contact her on Facebook, contact her on Google+. She's absolute wealth of information, not to mention the fact that she's just a awesome person to deal with. So I just wanted to mention that before we continue here.
Well, thank you.
So moving on from essential oils. Yeah, if you have IT questions, you come to me. If you have any kind of wellness questions, you go to Barbara. All right. So over here they have, this initial pack. When going back to the business discussion, how much does it cost to participate? A lot of companies that do whatever they do when it comes to multi-level marketing and stuff, you need to put X amount of money, or you need to buy X amount of product to be able to qualify first to just get into it, even to begin something. With these people, they set it up in two different ways. You can go full hog, after you use some of the products, you love it, and you just want to start this ambassador thing in a big way, so you can buy their ambassador, what do they call it, that pack?
The Paradise Pack.
Paradise Pack, yeah. So you buy, this is the whole thing right there. You got Bula bottles, detox caps, you got a little marketing material thing, you got a book from David Gilmour, you got the cookies. I mean, you can see there's tons and tons different essential oils, all kinds of different things that come, and that's $475. Although right now I think they're selling it for like $100 cheaper because of Christmas through the end of this year, actually. So if you're listening before the end of 2016, then you can get it at a cheaper rate than that. But that's one way to do it. The cheapest way to get into it, though, is to spend $49.95, and you get the intro pack, or whatever what do they call it, Barbara?
Yeah, it's just a welcome pack.
Welcome pack. So you get that, and you get a little bit of product there too. I mean, it's not like you don't get anything, but you can really get into the business end of it. In other words, start your own business if you wanted to, for as little as $50. That's all it costs to get into it. And so pretty much anybody can afford, if you're serious about your health, and if you're serious about potentially helping other people around you with their health, then $50. I mean, it's a no-brainer in terms of how easy it is to get into the business end of this particular company and start using their products and help others use their products. So that's that part. And they also have some special things where they do bonuses, and if you get to a certain level, you can go with them on these cruise ships. As you can see right there, there's a situation with cruise ship, and they, depending on what your volume levels are, there's help with paying for your car, and there's all kinds of different things in terms of commissions and bonuses. They have this special deal, which is share 3, get it free. If you share
If you share with 3 customers and they each place an order, which is of about what they say is 80 volume, qualifying volume, then you're going to get your Bula bottles and your sampler box free each month.
Yeah, so you basically talk to 3 people. They buy about $80 to $100 worth of product, each one of these 3 people, and then with that you get a couple of Bula bottles, detox cap. I mean, you get this thing for free as part of. I mean, you still get your commissions. It's not. It has nothing to do with commissions. It's just they're trying to get people introduced to it, so that's their way of kind of nudging you to say, look, if you're going to talk to 3 people and they're actually going to buy some stuff, we're going to make sure that we take care of you in an extra special way.
And then if you are trying to build a business, then you're getting every month these free marketing tools to be able to just hand out to someone, which I don't know any company that does that.
Yeah, and that's obviously, and beautiful brochures, full color. I mean, beautiful job. They do a beautiful job of their marketing. So that's an example right there of a catalog, and just to give you a visual representation of the deal. And that's also one of the things that comes with when you buy the initial pack. So there's right now they have the special of this Paradise promo pack for $374.95. The $49.95 is still $49.95. That's no different. But in this thing, it shows you right here what you get. You get all these different things. You get the kitchen set. You get the startup book by this David Gilmour, founder. Ginger caramel sea salt popcorn. You get ginger gem cookies. You get pigeon ginger capsules, 60 and 60 turmeric capsules. 2 Bula NutriCap systems. ProCaps, which is probiotics. SlimCast. Cap 64. So now you get quite a bit of stuff, and you can get all of this for just $374, which is, like I said, about $100 cheaper than normal. And so, but that's
what's
only
great is that this Paradise Pack automatically qualifies you, so that if you're getting into this and you're building a business, number one, you're saving, a couple $100s on all of these products, and then you're qualifying your business. And if you have several people that join up with you with the Paradise Pack as well, they're going to give you a nice big bonus on top of everything else that you're getting as part of your commission base, which, again, fantastic for those people that want to really build a business.
Right, exactly. Okay, so here's a little deal I did just to show the kind of compensation, because there's a whole. Actually, I found this PDF out there that talks about the whole compensation thing. This is just one little deal. It just shows this 2x4 matrix. This is you. You introduce it to these people. They introduce it to these people, and they show you that, you get a $100 bonus at this point, and then you get matching bonuses. So they kind of describe how this whole thing works. And if you want to, get it, there's actually a PDF online that you can easily get. Just contact me if you can't find it. I'll be happy to.
Yeah, and what that matching bonus is for someone that maybe hasn't been in network marketing before is that, so if I sign up several people and they get qualified, then I get that $100 bonus. If someone that I've signed up does the same thing, then I get that matching bonus.
Okay. So in other words, they basically want to do whatever they can to try to reward you for not only taking regular steps, but taking even some extra steps. They reward you even more. So that's the idea there. So here, as you can see, their Paradise Plan deal, and they talk a little bit about the stuff and how you can put in some. This is kind of your own little informational diary or something. I don't know what you would even call it.
Well, it just makes it easy. If you have to call customer service and you have all of your reference ID right there, you don't have to go search for it.
Exactly. You get the phone numbers and everything. And so they kind of walk you through the process and, indicate some marketing stuff right there and talk about that. And then they go into the actual Paradise Plan where they talk about the products, the pack, buy 3, get 1 free. So they kind of go through all these steps here, and they show the different categories of the products. You get culinary, food, health, and wellness. preferred and perfected essential oils, Bula, spa and personal care, daily detox, what kind of weight loss, so all these different things, like the categories of the products they have. Then they go into details about the Paradise Pack and everything you get in that. As you can see, the Paradise Pack itself right now is $375. You get $670 worth of products. So it saves you, at this point, normally it saves you about $200 if you were to buy them separately. But in this case, it saves you like $300. You're almost getting it at half of what you would pay if you were just buying retail. And so it's an excellent deal there. And then they talk about share it free, get it free, deal that Barbara described. And this is what you get for doing this. So you get 2 cap samplers, and you get the 2 Bula bottles for free. And then they talk about perpetual compensation and just kind of an ongoing deal there, and various vacations you can have for free when you get to a certain point. And then you try to, they give you a little worksheet where you can put in people that you know that you might want to talk to, and they even have a little coloring thing that indicates whether it's first contact or you invited them to look at the demos and things, or you want to do a follow-up with these people. So, for most of us, or for a lot of us, I should say, who are really not, well, me excluded in this case, who are not very digital, it's a really nice way to have something in one place where you can keep track of everything as you start the business. So I think from that standpoint, it's a really nice thing that they did, where you can, write all these people and see what's going on, things like that. So that is the compensation helper and running the business. And I think, Barbara, I'll let you wrap up the say a few words in the end, if you whatever else you want to add, and we'll wrap it up. Basically.
Well, what I really like is the fact that there's so many different ways that you can earn, and so many different ways that you can share this. And they're not saying that it's a all in one, everyone has to do that. There's not a lot of extra fees. A lot of these companies have all these different fees that you have to pay on top of joining them. It's just a real quality, thoughtful company. And I think that that's what makes it so different, is that they don't want to just reward people. They want to educate people. They want to enhance your life. And then if you're doing that for others, then they want to reward you. They want you to engage. They don't want you just to sign up 100 people and let them, fail. They want it to be successful if you're building a business. And so I don't know any other company that does as many calls and as many trainings. And the trainings, you can tell, Oleg, they are amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And it's one of the things that to me is that it's you really have to listen to how these people talk to get a feel for it. I mean, it's impossible to just describe it. You really need to listen to these phone calls, and it's the way I would describe it is genuine. It's instead of people doing the the used car salesman approach is the way I would describe it, where they kind of bash you over the head. You need to get the timeshare sales. Get 300 people in the door, run the 3-camera show at them. Tell them that they're going to get this at today is the only time they're going to get it at this price, and if they're not playing ball, kick them out the door, gets the other people. It's not that kind of approach to sales. It's really an educational, genuine approach to say, look, we make these products, we're very proud of these products. You really cannot get these products anywhere else, these certain products and the way we do them. And if you're interested, then this is where you can get them. And at the same time, this is how you can benefit from it. So you take that education, and like I said, I would recommend initially using that to buy products for yourself and see how well these things work for you. Because I'm one of these people who I have to see to believe that deal.
I'm exactly the same way. I had to do the same thing before I joined. I wasn't looking for another opportunity.
Right.
I've got a pretty decent business, but this just was too good for me to say no to. There was just too much in it for my clients and for my own family. I mean, last night I was having an allergic reaction to who knows what, and I went down and took my turmeric and ginger. It's something I turn to. It's something that I am going to use that's going to enhance my life. I would be using this product from David, whether it was through network marketing or if it was something that I was just buying online. Fantastic for me that I get to make some money as well.
Yeah, that's the point I was going to make. That Barbara, unfortunately, with all of her positive traits, also have, since she was a child, basically, had some serious health issues that she really needed to. That's one of the reasons she became as knowledgeable about all of this, is because she needed to know how to take care of herself. And at the same time, there were some health issues with her daughter that she also needed, obviously, to take care of. And that's why she is able to do that by using her knowledge and her I mean, that's why she learned all these things about all these different products everywhere, and that's why I think she's such a valuable resource in terms of talking to her about what should be done, because she knows so much stuff about it from her personal experience and from helping other people. Like she said, she's got plenty of people she's helping already in her coaching business and other things that she does. She could have easily just been buying these products for her own use because she wanted to use them, and not participate in the whole MLM thing. But when you look at it from a standpoint, look, I'm going to be using this anyway. And if these people can give it to me at no cost and I can actually make some money for the company without practically any effort, why not? I mean, it only makes sense to proceed in that direction if you really believe in the products and if you use them yourself. And of course, you'll have to try it to see, if you have the same feelings if you try them yourself, to see if that's the case. So moving on in terms of the business end of it, finishing up here, you can contact either myself or Barbara. Like I said, for anything IT related, it's best to talk to me. Anything wellness related, best to talk to Barbara. And you can find us on Google+. Both of us are on Google+. And that's where I live, so you're not going to find me on Facebook doing anything. But Barbara is very active on Facebook, so you can easily look for her.
Yeah, if you're active on Facebook and you decide that this is something you want to do, Oleg's going to definitely connect you with me to make sure that you get into the support groups on Facebook. And if you are done with Facebook, which I think a lot of people this time of year are like, I am so done with all of the madness of Facebook, and you just want something nice and simple, well, that's where the Google Plus is, and that's where the space is, and where you can just post in there, and
Yeah, exactly. So right here, these are the two URLs, both to my Wakaya store and to Barbara's. And if you go to one of these, I'll just quickly show you what happens when you click on one of these things. Obviously, you can't click, but we'll put the links in the comments below the video once the video is published on YouTube. We'll put the links in there. But essentially, when you get to the link, you will see at the top right corner, depending which URL you're using, I clicked on mine, so you will see me up there, and then it goes right in here, and you're able at that point to go to the store. I mean, you can look at different opportunity in Paradise and joining, but if you click on the store, it will ask you immediately, buy here. Do you want to go as the retail customer on the right here, or do you want to do a preferred, which means that you will save on shipping and on the prices and be able to participate in 3 for free? All that can be done without being an ambassador. You just buy it through this middle deal, or you go as an ambassador and then you become an ambassador, go through the motions there. But you can see at the top right corner that this is linked to my kind of entry to Wakaya right there. And if we go back and go to, let me just go to Barbara's link here, then you will see that essentially you're getting to exactly the same point, just a different website, which hopefully will come up eventually. Here we go. A little slow. And you can see it's the same exact thing. You get the same options, the same features. You just up at the top right corner, you can see it says Barbara Christensen. Okay, so feel free to use whichever link you want if you want to try some products, buy some products. If you want to participate in joining the effort, you can definitely do it from there as well, by becoming an ambassador. And I'm easy to find. I got one of these weird names, so very easy to find on Google+. Barbara with her name is a little bit more generic, so there's probably several Barbaras, but I'm sure you can find her. And if you grab me and you need to find her, I'll be more than happy to point you to exactly where you can get Barbara. And so, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you have a healthy and prosperous next year. And that's all we have for today. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. This was fantastic.
Bye-bye.